10 News begins with breaking news.
And Brian Shalonsky here in the 10 News Live Center. Following that breaking news, a house on fire right now in El Cajon. Sky 10 has been over this. This is the house. It looks like they are getting a handle on this. The smoke, you can still see it there billowing from what looks to be the garage. We saw at least a half dozen firefighters show up, 3 engines. It looked to be 3 or 4 teenagers and a dog standing in the front yard. The smoke's still pouring out of this. We've been following this for at least the last 10 minutes. Let's see if we can get you over to some video Sky 10 shot just a few minutes ago. The smoke even thicker here. This is what it looked like just about 5 minutes ago. You see fire crews have already gotten a handle on this, and the big plume coming from it looks like the top of your screen. That's the garage area. We have the 10 News breaking news tracker on the way to this. This is North 3rd Street and Broadway. As soon as she gets there with some more information, we'll bring it to you. Guys.
All right, thanks for the update, Brian. Only on 10 News, someone is trying to rip off hardworking business owners by passing counterfeit cash, and now the Secret Service is getting involved.
Well, take a look at this $100 bill. It may look real, but it's not. 10 News reporter Rachel Bianco is live in Ocean Beach. And Rachel, the bill passed all of the tests that most retailers use.
Kimberly, a lot of retailers, like the owner of this comic book store, use one of these security pens. This is that fake $100 bill. When you use the pen, the ink should turn black or gray, but you can see that's not happening, and that's one of the reasons the owner is so concerned.
Is probably the most popular superhero.
David Dre says he didn't think much of it when this guy came into Galactic Comics Friday night looking for Batman figures, but it didn't take long for him to realize something wasn't right.
He made his choice relatively quickly, didn't even blink at the price.
We're blurring the customer's face because he hasn't been charged with anything, but surveillance video shows him handing a $100 bill to pay for the $65 Batman figure.
They're going to do a visual inspection where they hold it up to the light looking for the watermark. Then on the left side of the bill, with face forward, there's going to be a USA 100 strip, should be visible on both sides. And then a third test, a backup test, is the pen test.
If a bill is fake, the yellow ink will turn gray or black.
What made this one unique is that this counterfeit bill, you run the pen across it, and it does not produce this gray mark.
Passed all the tests, but Dre says the bill still didn't feel right.
It had kind of a icy clear coating, like Elsa from Frozen threw up on it. And second, the weight and texture seemed very synthetic and artificial.
He started asking questions.
Do you have an alternative bill? No. Do you have an alternative form of payment? No.
When the owner told the guy he was calling police, he bolted. Dre's worries other retailers might not be as observant.
We need every dollar that we can get just to pay our expenses. And something like that $100 loss a day, that could be an entire day's worth of profit.
The Secret Service is expected to come by tomorrow afternoon and pick up this bill and take a look at the surveillance video. Coming up new at 7, how the owner here says working with comic books helped him realize that this bill was fake. Reporting live in Ocean Beach, Rachel Bianco, 10 News.
An important warning. Thank you, Rachel. We learned about this incident from a 10 News viewer. If there's something you'd like us to check out in your community, send us an email to tips@10news.com.
Happening now, parents demanding answers after serious gun threats put Fallbrook High School on lockdown twice in 2 months. 10 News reporter Emily Thode is live at the school where a meeting is just about to start. But Emily, last time you were there, the principal said you weren't welcome.
That is right. So it was last week when school officials tried to illegally keep the media out of a public meeting that was held behind this gate. But this week, they understand that the media is going to be inside and we're legally allowed in there. I want to show you some video from last Wednesday here at Fallbrook High School. This was the scene. Parents here want something done to protect their kids after 2 gun incidents in less than 2 months. So last Wednesday, there were credible information went to deputies that someone brought a gun to school. Deputies, though, didn't find the gun that time. However, in early February, deputies did find a loaded gun at school and 3 students were arrested. Parents we spoke with say they want an armed sheriff's deputy here, called a school resource officer, but of course that does cost the school money. A lot of other high schools do have that. So we're going to head on inside this meeting. It's a regularly scheduled board meeting, and we're going to listen to parents who are expected to voice their concerns and find out if the board plans to make any additional safety changes to keep kids safe here at Fallbrook High School. We'll have the latest on 10 News at 11. I'm live in Fallbrook. Emily Thode, back to you.
We'll see you then. Thank you, Emily. A crime alert in Pacific Beach. Police searching for the man who broke into a woman's apartment and kneeled next to her bed while she was sleeping. It happened around 4 this morning on Reed Street near Mansion Boulevard. The woman's boyfriend chased the intruder outside but lost him. Police say the intruder did not hurt the woman or her boyfriend. And we have a breaking news update. Police have called off the search for the driver who took off after slamming into a father and his daughter. It happened near Melrose and Palomar. That's right down the street from Castle Park High School. Police tried to pull over a single driver in the carpool lanes on the 805. He took off and caused that crash, then rolled over down the street and ran away. Officers say they know who they're looking for and they know where to find him.
New at 6 o'clock, more than 800 pounds of drugs are off the streets in San Diego. Border agents found more than 400 pounds of meth, 300 pounds of marijuana, 50 pounds of cocaine, and nearly 10 pounds of heroin. All of the drugs were found in cars trying to enter the U.S. over the weekend. Their street value is close to $3 million.
Team 10 investigating a family trying to change the way Petco does business gets their day in court. 10-year-old Aiden Pankey died 2 weeks after his pet rat Alex bit him. His family now suing Petco, the store that sold the animal.
Adam Rakusin has been looking at the impact that this trial could have all across our state. Adam.
Yeah, and if they win, their legal team believes it will put the responsibility on pet stores to make sure that the products they're selling are safe and not defective. Today in court, the legal teams went through some pre-trial motions about evidence and getting a jury in place. The trial is taking place more than 3 years after Aiden Pankey died from rat bite fever. Aiden's family claims the pet store sold them a diseased pet rat. He died 2 weeks after getting his pet rat Alex from Petco. In January, I spoke with Aiden's dad, AJ. He said his son's death hurts every day. He told me the lawsuit against Petco isn't about the money, it's about how many children they can protect in the future.
It's a consolation prize for not having my son back anymore, because I would give anything to have him back. But nothing will bring him back, and so I just have to fight as hard as I can to make sure this never happens to another person.
We reached out to Petco for a comment about the trial, but a representative tells us they have a policy of not commenting on pending litigation. When 10 News first broke this story back in 2014, Petco said they follow the strictest standards of care for rats, and they have customers sign release papers. Opening statements are expected tomorrow. Adam Rakusin, Team 10.
New at 6 o'clock, the man who stole more than $500,000 from local investors will spend nearly 3 years in prison. Joshua Knopp opened up Equity Pro Capital after losing his job as a FedEx driver. He then created a fake hedge fund and convinced people to give him more than $550,000. But he never invested their money, instead using it for personal and business expenses. Knopp was sentenced to 33 months in prison.
Crime alert in Hillcrest. Police searching for the man seen touching himself while staring into someone's home. It happened after midnight at 4th and Upas. A man looked out his window and saw the people watching him. The same thing happened to the resident just a few weeks ago. Police believe that this man lives in the area and is not a transient. Officers have not released a description.
New developments. A little boy's accused killer is behind bars, and now police are trying to figure out why the boy was shot. Jonah Huang was sitting down for dinner with his family last month when someone started shooting at the home in Pomona. Officers arrested Sang Chen Howell on Sunday thanks to surveillance video, and the family's pastor says the arrest brings them some relief.
You know, I'm just glad that the family, is getting some type of closure. You know what I mean? I'm not, I don't know or get into, the hearsay or whatever, but I'm pretty elated that the family's going to get some kind of closure.
Police say that Huang's home has been targeted in drive-by shootings before and after the boy's death.
And new at 6 o'clock, one of the teens believed to be involved in a pregnant mother's murder is back on the streets. Amber Baker was killed while lying in bed with her 4-month-old son in Fresno last month. She was 6 months pregnant with her second child at the time. Fresno police arrested her suspected killers at a house party on Sunday, but had to release one of them because there wasn't enough evidence to hold him.
It is a sense of no remorse. They have no conscience to be out partying it up afterwards after they, took the life of somebody.
Police say the teen who was released remains a person of interest, and they are still looking for a third suspect. A recall alert: Southern California drivers are being urged to take advantage of a free fix to a potentially deadly problem. Honda and Acura are replacing Takata airbag inflators that could rupture during a crash. It was revealed today that thousands of Southern California cars included the recall haven't been repaired yet, and higher temperatures can make the problem worse. So it's important to get the problem taken care of as this weather warms up.
New details on the country's first family-friendly cannabis club. Jaden's Journey is now open in Modesto. The medical marijuana dispensary is named after the owner's son, who uses CBD oil to treat epilepsy. He says his son's seizures have dropped by 90% since he started using it, and he hopes other families see similar results.